Hello and welcome to episode number 46 of Girlstreamers. Girlstreamers is a podcast bringing you the girl streamers that you know and love. Girlstreamers is a community that supports and promotes girls that stream. We are a bi-weekly podcast and we'll be introducing you to some amazing girl gamers and allow you, the viewers, to get to know some of your favorite streamers. My name is Nymphadora and I will be your host during this interview. And tonight we will be interviewing Tfredrickson80, and if there is time at the end, we will take questions from the audience in the channel. This is a live podcast, but we will also be available for download on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. Alright, that was a much better opening. How are you, T?
I'm pretty good. I feel like I've heard that before, though.
I know, I'm sorry. I had to redo that because I failed to actually hit the record button. And that happens, you know, real life. As you can attest, I was not prepared anyway. I should have said, let me call you at 7:30. God, I am
You wouldn't
terrible.
have got me. I was in the restroom. It just rang and rang and rang.
So, how was your week? Did you have a good week?
It's alright. Work a lot. That's how my week goes. Go to work, be bored, go home.
I just almost knocked my drink over. Sorry for that weird reaction on stream. I saw you playing, I don't know, it was a Western, but it looked very much like Red Dead Redemption 2 the other day. I mean, Red Dead Redemption.
It is called Gun, and
Gun,
it is the precursor to Red Dead Redemption.
Okay,
It's,
I've heard
it
of
looks
Gun.
like It looks like Red Dead Redemption got a lot of their ideas from it.
Yeah, I was totally, when you said that on stream, I was totally getting that vibe. It looked like a fun game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So, how did you come up with your screen name?
It's my name.
What?
I'm so original.
No way.
Legitimately, T is Tanya Fredrickson, and then got my birth year. So if anybody wants to steal my identity, it's all right there.
Wait, you're not 80 years old? I thought that 80 stood for being 80. Thought you were like 80 years old.
I feel like I'm 80 years old some days. If I had a lawn, if I didn't rent an apartment and I had a lawn, I'd tell my kids to get off my lawn.
I mean, I don't want random kids playing in my yard either. I don't want to be liable for somebody's kids.
I'd go out there and be like, get on here!
You've been in the South too long.
No, I just used to listen to a lot of Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? My dad kind of looks like Jeff Foxworthy. My dad used to have just the mustache. And
Oh God.
I will have to get a picture and send it to you so you can see my dad when he was younger and be like, whoa. So where are you from?
Depends on the year. I grew up in La Crosse, Wisconsin, so I'm from Wisconsin. I consider that my home. But I was born in Pennsylvania. I spent the first 9 months of my life there.
I didn't know you were born in That's cool. Have you ever actually visited Pennsylvania? Do you still have family up there?
I did visit Pennsylvania when I was 16, and I do have family there. I have a couple older half-siblings, and apparently a niece named after me.
Aw, cool. That's awesome.
I feel so bad for that niece because she shares my first and middle name.
Oh, but I like your name.
You don't know my middle name.
Well, I don't know your middle name, but I know your first name. However, I do have a cousin with your first name, and I don't like her so much. So, you know, it's 50-50 for me. So, what is the first game that you played that got you into the gaming world?
Super Mario Brothers.
Nice. Nice.
Side scroller. And the controller I had was just this massive piece of shit because it was like third hand me down. So it didn't matter how hard you mashed the jump button, he was never gonna get the top of that flag.
Hey, I don't think I ever hit the top of the flag until I hit adulthood, to be honest. Because I was so bad at that. I still haven't beat that game. I still haven't beat it. Ever.
Really?
Yeah. 33 years old and I've never beat Super Mario Brothers.
I will say I have never beat Zelda, the original Zelda. Or was it Zelda 2? It might be Zelda 2.
I can't remember if I beat Zelda or not. Oh my god. Those games were so much harder back then. They're still pretty difficult games. I still can't beat it. I've tried to play it. I still can't beat it.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. So, how long have you been streaming?
Just shy of a year. I think like mid-July is my year mark.
Really? I thought you were streaming longer than that.
I jumped on Twitch once or twice just to test out the streaming thing, just to see how it would look and how it would feel with like, I think I did Darkest Dungeon one day and then Banner Saga one day. I don't really count those my starts.
Yeah.
Because I mean, legit no viewers, and I was like, I'm gonna be here for like 10 minutes. I'm bored.
What got you into it then?
So I decided that I wanted to do a D&D game live.
So D&D is what got you into streaming.
Yep. I watch Critical Role over on another channel, and I was like, yeah, I could fucking do that. I mean, I don't have my group sitting around a table because we're all over the U.S. and one's in Canada.
Right.
So I'm like, I could probably do that.
Nice. So currently, how many do you have going? I know you've got your Friday and your Sunday game. Is that it right now?
I DM a Friday night game. I actually DM 2 games on Friday night. We're gonna alternate between the two. One's a 5th edition, just a modular running through just a dungeon crawl game.
Mm-hmm.
And the other game, same group, is going to be a Chronicles of Darkness game, which is, if you're familiar with Vampire the Masquerade or Werewolf, it's the same system, and it's going to be a pseudo-historical Colorado territory type Western style game.
Oh, that's cool. I think I remember you mentioning about that when you were over here helping hubby with Roll20. I think I remember you talking that you were going to start that up. That's cool.
And then Sunday, I run a game from 2 to whenever we finish. That's a D&D 5th edition. And on Thursday nights, I play in a game that is not streamed.
Holy cow. Like, you just... And I thought I was in a bunch of campaigns. No. I think my most amount was like 3 at one point. And I'm down to 2 right now.
Honestly, if I had the free time, man, if I had the free time, I'd run a campaign every night.
I'm not gonna lie, D&D is one of my favorite things. Like, we were talking earlier, I was telling you about the map I was making last night when we did husbands. So he got out the hex paper and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and drew it all out for himself, and so we laid it out, so I could see it, and then, scanned it in and everything. That was so fun, map making that way. That was one of the most fun things I've ever done. I was like, man, no wonder you like to do maps and stuff in D&D. He's like, yeah, I love making maps. Love it.
Yeah. I like I like the overall map aspect, like the world map or like a regional map. Dungeon maps, man, they're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, we just bought a tile set to just throw stuff together to make the dungeon.
Yeah. I usually just Google search for, I want a castle. And
Yeah.
just grab the one I like.
So, what is the most... Okay, so you've been streaming for almost a year. Speaking of which, are you going to do like a... Oh, by the way, not only that, you also do... You forgot one D&D campaign. You do a Girl Streamer campaign once a month that features various girls
I gotta
in the
get
community.
dates together. I gotta get dates together for that. We've only done 2 though, so 2 of them didn't make.
Did you not do the early morning? Were you unable to do the early morning one
I only had one person. I only had one person. And that wasn't even a European lady, it was Zelda Ann.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, it's alright.
Alright.
Well, and then 1 month I got sick, so I messaged everybody that I wasn't feeling well and we're gonna do it, and everybody's like, oh, we totally forgot!
Wow. Yeah. Gonna have to put out those reminders then. Just keep on those reminders.
Yeah.
Well, for you EU ladies who are not here right now because you're probably asleep, when you listen to the podcast, if you want to do a campaign, she's trying to set one up for the other ladies on the other side of the world. So, like herding cats. Sorry, I just broke my cardinal rule. I just saw this adventure say it's like herding cats, and it is.
It really is. I mean, it doesn't matter what the campaign is. It's always like herding cats.
It really is, because for our campaign that we do with my brother and stuff, my brother and his wife won't download Discord on their phone, so I still have to message them separately to say, go look at Discord. Like, how do you not have space on your phone to download Discord?
Porn?
Right? Like, come on. But
sometimes you're in an area where you don't have good signal and you have to download it.
They have a baby. They don't have time for that.
No, they have a baby, so they don't have sex anymore. So they're not making any more babies. They have plenty of time for that.
All right, yeah, you got a point there. So, alright, so you've been streaming for about a year. What is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you on stream?
2 months ago. 2 months ago, I was doing a giveaway for a Pathfinder module, Wrath the Jotun, and somebody in my chat, I think it was Yoshi Games, was like, I've never heard of Pathfinder before. What's that? I was like, oh, it's basically 3.75 D&D. It's all free. You can go out onto their SRD, and has all the character creation stuff and the bestiality. I need to just stick to Monster Manual. And then all my players are like, don't Google that! Don't Google that! I'm like, wait. And it took me like a long time to like, oh shit.
Oh my god! That's fantastic! Oh my god, that is so fantastic! Yep.
That's somewhere on YouTube now too.
Oh my god!
Because I don't edit my videos. I put them up there from Twitch.
You poor thing.
It's alright. It's okay. What's the worst thing that's gonna do to me?
Would you say that's your most memorable moment as well, or would you say there's another memorable moment?
Actually, I would say my most memorable, especially from a D&D game. Like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after we started the Sunday campaign, one of my players, Jeff, like, just this look on his face was like, oh my god, we're all demigods! just the look on his face, like that's what DMs live for when they're making campaigns, just that look of pure joy and excitement that their players exhibit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. So what, other than D&D, what else do you stream?
My extensive backlog.
So, are they
super extensive backlog?
Are they just a variety of games?
Yep. Yeah, and it ranges from the original Xbox to the Xbox One.
Nice. Well, now, what's your favorite kind then? Do you like FPS? Do you like platformers? Like, is there a...
So I really enjoy RPGs. But recently, since I've started doing the backlog, I played Brothers in Arms, which is a first-person shooter, and before, I don't know, like, what changed with my perception, but, I could never do first-person shooters because I couldn't get a handle on what the fuck I was doing. Like, I can't see my hands, I can't see what my character's doing, what is going on? After playing Brothers in Arms, I was like, this isn't so bad. This is, I realized I have way more first-person shooters than I thought I had.
Nice.
It's probably why I never played them.
Yeah. Now, do you stream from the Xbox, or are you now streaming to the computer and using... Because you mentioned you were using OBS.
Yep, I started streaming from the Xbox because I didn't have a capture card. And then I dropped, there was a lightning sale on Amazon for one of the capture cards that I want. I was like, oh, it's only $100? Yup. It dropped $50. I'm like, that's happening.
So that was a recent purchase then. That was a...
It was, I want to say I got it with my work bonus. It was back in December, so it's been about 5-6 months.
Okay. Has it helped you, like, since... Because I remember seeing your stream beforehand and seeing it after you got the new computer.
Not the new computer, just the capture card. I still have a POS computer.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, right. It's made it easier because when I was streaming from the Xbox, I had it hooked up to my living room TV. So it was real difficult to have my laptop there where I can actually see it and the TV, so I had a lot of hard time keeping up chat.
Yeah.
Although admittedly, now that I'm using OBS, I capture the chat. So I can just have OBS widescreen on it, and my TV's sitting over here now, so well, a TV.
There is a little bit of a delay playing that way, because I've noticed when, granted, did you have to get the Switch? Like for PS3, you can't capture. I had to get a splitter to be able to capture the PS3. Did you have to get a splitter, or are you just directly into the capture card from your Xbox?
I'm directly into the capture device.
Okay. See, I think the splitter causes a slight delay, because I've noticed when
It's about 10 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, because I can't watch OBS and then...
I'm just watching it for the chat, though.
Right, yeah. That's cool, though.
Yeah, that's why I have the TV, because the capture device has an out to it. It's like the external Elgato.
Yeah.
But it's not that device.
What brand is it?
Cloner Alliance.
That sounds like such... I've never heard of that. That sounds like something from Star Wars.
And literally the only reason I got it is because it does the old school inputs, so I could actually stream the Xbox.
Yeah. Nice. So, what's your favorite game of all times?
Of all time?
Yes.
Like, D&D.
How long have you actually been playing D&D?
Almost 20 years.
Oh, wow. So you started at what, 2? Third edition? Second, third edition?
Third or 3.5, I can't remember. The books were somebody else's books, and I just went over and made a character.
Nice.
I was like, sheet, okay, I'm a fighter.
Nice. Nice. Man, I feel so behind. Yeah, we
Although,
were talking...
admittedly, not just D&D, because that's a specific system, but I mean any tabletop game.
Yeah.
I love Fantasy Age. I'm patiently waiting Modern Age to come out.
I don't know that one.
It's done by Green Ronin.
Okay. I know Green Ronin. I've heard of them.
They do the Dragon Age system, so they took the Dragon Age system and simplified it to make just a Fantasy Age game.
Nice. Do you like any of the, like, Settlers of Catan? Anything like that? Have you ever played it?
No, I've never played it.
Really?
I saw it on tabletop.
Oh.
So we've talked, and I don't like to leave my apartment very often.
Right.
So getting out and doing board games with people is more difficult than it should be. But I did join up for a board game website. What the hell is it called? That Crimson Kitty and I played on and streamed. Board Games Arena.
Oh.
They have some good board games. They don't have Settlers, but they have a lot of good board games on there that we did for Tabletop Day and did a multi-stream.
Nice. I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds cool. Cause see, I love board games, but I don't like. It's really hard to play most board games with 2 people.
Yeah.
And it's usually just me and the husband, and we have friends who have played board like board game nights, but they're on the other side of the freaking city. Like nobody on our side plays board games really.
Like I used to when I was living in Jackson, Mississippi. One of my friends, one of my former coworkers and then turned friends, had a board game night. It was like once a month. So it was like, oh, we're gonna go over and play 12 hours of board games? Okay. I'll make an exception for that.
Yeah. I like at this point in my life, I like the once a month thing for stuff like that, because I just can't dedicate once a week. I don't have time to dedicate once a week like that. When you become an adult, a real adult, which is about your 30s, you ain't got time for that shit.
I was a real adult at 16.
Okay, I didn't become a real adult until about my 30s, so I'm late on the game, which is probably why I'm late on D&D. Oh, is that when you mature, when you start playing D&D? Is that how that works?
I didn't start playing D&D until I was 19, 20. I think it was 19.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
So I don't feel so bad then. All right. That's not too bad. So, do you have a game right now? So, actually, I have a question about how you stream your games. Do you stream them in completion and then change games? Or do you have a specific set of games you play on certain nights? Like, how do you...
I stream them to completion. So, I'll play... I played all the way through Red Dead Redemption, and then picked up another game. Of course, I was doing one day of Dragon Age in there, because one of my friends is like, I didn't ever play the original Dragon Age. I'm like, okay, I'll stream it like on a Saturday morning, and you know, you can at least get the story behind it, because she's only ever played Inquisition.
Oh, okay. See, I have Dragon Age, but I start it, and then I never finish it. For some reason, I can get halfway through that game, but I can never finish it. I get bored, I guess.
I think I got 3 completions through it.
See, Red Dead Redemption, I could replay over and over and over again and never get sick of that game. But, I don't know. That's cool. What was it Brother in Arms?
Brothers in Arms, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then you
I
finished
blew
that
myself
game.
up a lot. Yeah,
I
I
know.
finished the first game, and actually I want to say I bought Brothers in Arms 3 because it was 1, 2, and 3 were the only ones available on Xbox. The rest of them were like PSP and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I bought 3 just so I could play them in succession.
Oh, nice. So what's your next game after Gun?
After Gun, I'm gonna start going down my list, oldest and newest.
Oh. Oh, that'd be fun. Okay.
Yeah, it's Gauntlet, Dark Legacy is the oldest
Okay.
one I have from 2000.
Wow. Yeah, that's an old one there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. That is gonna be fun. So, I mean, I'm gonna ask this question and I'm gonna answer it at the same time because I know the answer to this. What is your main game? D&D. We all know this.
Yup.
So
Yup.
I actually want to know, what is it about D&D that just keeps pulling you back in?
Oh god, the freedom to do virtually anything. Because when you're playing a video game, and I'll use Zelda as an example, and you get to the wall that you know is a secret door, you put a bomb, you blow it up, and you step away so you don't get yourself killed in the process. But in D&D, if you find a wall that's a secret door,
Mm-hmm.
do you blow it up? Does the person in your party who has the highest intelligence make an intelligence roll and just one hit and it just crumbles? What do you do? It's just because literally anything could happen. Does your orc just bull rush it and tumble through it? You don't know.
Oh my god, that makes me think of when Jake just bull rushed a door in one of our campaigns. He was a dwarf who drank all the time, and he was always drunk. And he just was like...
There's always the possibility of, oh, this could go really well or really poorly. Because if you roll your strength low enough, you might just knock your own ass out.
Oh my god. So, do you do the crit fumbles? Like, if they actually fail something, they actually harm themselves, or... Because I've only played one campaign with you.
I can, and sometimes I do, and honestly, a crit success could go wrong, too.
Yeah, I guess it could, yeah.
So my games, I run for charity. All the D&D on my channel we have a charity every 2 months that you can donate to, and
that's so cool.
In doing so, you can purchase critical successes or failures for the players, and indicate who you want them to go to. Alicia, NNG9 and GirlStreamers, had a critical success, and her character was in a conversation with her character's mother. And she was convincing her character's mother that it was a good idea for her to go into this weird, strange black obelisk that showed up overnight outside of the city. And she argued this, and I said, all right, make a persuasion roll. She's like, I'm going to use a natural 20. I'm like, okay, well then, your mother says to you, you're right, Wyngards do need to stand up. And she's like, I'm coming with.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that can go poorly for you, too. It just depends on what you're using it for. Like,
oh my god, that's so great.
And she's like, I didn't want to convince her to come with. I'm like, then you should have just rolled a persuasion check.
That's awesome. Oh god, I love the stories that you can get from D&D, and I mean, I've only got like 5 years worth of D&D stories, and if I have some that I remember, I know like the people who've been playing the game for 20 plus years have like war stories, because I have, and I was talking about this earlier when I was streaming, I have such a vivid imagination, I can see it happening, and to me, that makes it even funnier. And I have had moments where, like, I will watch shit happen, right? And I'm laughing because I can see it happening in my head, and everybody's like, are you crazy? What the hell happened to you? And I'm like, I can see it happening! Like, I can totally see it happening right
Yep. Yep. This last Friday night, I had a couple players down, so we did a one shot with some folks coming in to take spots, and it went off the rails. So many laughs, so many good stories gonna happen from that.
Oh, I love it. So are there any games that are coming out that you're excited about, or do you keep up with anything like that?
With my extensive backlog, I tend to not keep up with the games coming out, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is one that I am keeping an eye out for, just because that's why I played Red Dead Redemption 1 on stream in anticipation of 2 coming out, and then they pushed it back until October. I'm like, thanks. Also looking forward to Green Ronin's Modern Age, because I would really love to run a game in that. To get a system better designed for modern roleplay.
Yeah, okay. I like that there's finally a date for RDR2 now.
Yep.
So I have until, what is it, October 26th?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna be at TwitchCon, Rockstar. What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? I just realized this.
They did it so I can start streaming before you do.
No. That's okay. I have until October 26th to buy a PlayStation 4.
Although let's be honest, there is no way in hell I'm gonna restream that on release day. I mean, I've got legit. Keep scrolling. Oh, you froze. You froze. I've got 104 plus.
Holy cow.
Backlog games.
Holy cow.
And that's not including the PC games that I want to stream when I build my new PC that I'm going to upgrade to Windows 7.
Windows 7. I miss Windows 7. I like
none of those games will run on 10.
I like that you say upgrade to Windows 7. I both like and hate Windows 10 because it's better than 8.
Yeah.
8
but here's
8.5 was awful.
So for me, because I'm in IT, Windows has gone bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, in succession, in the proper numbering, order. You skipped 9, Microsoft. You skipped the good one.
I don't understand why they skipped. They went from 8 to 8.5 to 10.
8.1.
Oh, that's right. 8.1 to 10. Like, what the hell? What the hell?
Because they said, hey guys, we're gonna trash 9 because our customers are used to shitty products.
Oh, so I mean, it is better than 8. 8 was awful, and when I had the opportunity to upgrade to 10 because this computer came with 8, I immediately upgraded to 10. And it was good at the beginning, and then the last like 4 updates were not good.
I've never had a good experience with 10.
I don't like, since they added whatever the creative update was, that's when Windows 10 went to, like, I was like, okay, I really don't like Windows 10 anymore.
Yeah, so I built this computer about a year and a half ago. And my previous computer had Windows 10 on it, and it kept blue screening.
Really?
I'm like, well, okay, so nothing comes up software, and it wouldn't give me the error code. Like, it just restarted. There'd be a catastrophic event. So I'm like, well, maybe it's hardware, maybe, because it was an older machine. It was like a 7-year-old desktop. I'm like, all right, I'll build a new machine, and I built it not thinking of streaming. And it continued, like, the blue screens just followed me. I'm like, it's brand new hardware!
Oh, God.
I've never had an operating system randomly reboot and have a catastrophic event in the event log more than I have with this.
I will say, since the creative update for Windows 10, which I still don't understand, like, why I was forced to take that update, my computer, it doesn't blue screen, it just freezes. It just randomly freezes.
And restarts, yeah?
And it doesn't restart, it just freezes, and I have to actually turn my computer off. And that happened after that update. Yeah, it's really annoying, so I don't know if it's both, if it's hardware, software, or like a combination of both, because, I mean, it is an older computer. It needs to be upgraded.
Yeah.
And like you, I bought it for work, but not for streaming.
Yeah, I built mine for like, oh, I'm just gonna play some rinky dink. I'm gonna play like Darkest Dungeon. Ooh. Yeah. That takes so much power.
Yeah, and a year later, it's like, well, shit, I need to upgrade again. Damn it! Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
So what, are you actually buying your, cause see, I've been considering building myself a new PC, but I don't know if I want to build a new PC or just be lazy and pay somebody to make it. Are you buying yours, like, pieces at a time, or are you saving up to just do it all at once? Like, how are you doing yours?
I'll save up and buy all the pieces at once. That way I don't have to search around like, oh, the RAM I bought I can't find a motherboard for it anymore.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Have you ever been to Fry's up in... Oh my god, where is that? North?
I've been to Micro Center.
Where is Fry's, husband? Where's Fry's Electronics? Is it North Point? Duluth. That's where it is. I've
never really been outside of Smyrna.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Too much shit.
Yeah. It's really hard to get to because you have to go across, like, the north end of the perimeter, which is just not fun. No, even on a Saturday when there's no work, it's just not fun to go across. But for those of you that don't know, me and T live, like, 4 miles from each other. Like, we physically have met.
3.4.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3.4. Yes.
According to my Bing GPS in my car. And I can't change it, it's built in!
I like how when you were leaving that day, you were like, I asked him if I could change this to Google when I bought the car.
Yup, I did. I was like, do y'all have a Google version?
Oh my god. So if there is one game that you would want to have a reboot or a remastering of, what would it be?
Ooh, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2.
Oh, I actually have never played those, but I've seen them played. They're good games.
You need to. When one became backwards compatible on the Xbox, this was before I had the capture device, I streamed it.
Nice.
Or is it after? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it was before I had the capture device because I was doing it, I was using the Windows 10 built-in Xbox app to get it to my computer, which just ate up my network. And now 2 is backwards compatible. So that's gonna be a thing that happens at some point on my stream.
Nice. I will be looking forward to that. You should have streamed some of it for May the 4th on Friday, man. What the hell? Oh, but you were playing D&D.
game.
That's right, D&D. But 4th, May the 4th.
Yeah, I was off work that day, and I was like, I'm just gonna lay on my couch all day and wait for my D&D. I'm gonna watch Misadventure and then wait for my D&D game.
There's nothing wrong with that. Her streams are fun.
I didn't do shit on Friday. I feel so bad.
Why? Why?
Because I wasn't productive at all, and I totally intended, like, this weekend is a 4-day weekend for me, and I had totally intended to, like, clean the apartment, like go, because there's mildew on the windowsills and everything. I was like, I need to go and clean those up, and I'm gonna go buy some caulk and recaulk it. And it's
Apartment
I don't own the place, but it's just easier for me to do that and be like, guys, there's some mold growing. Could you like come and clean it?
Yeah, because we all know how maintenance people are for apartments.
Actually, mine aren't that bad.
Mine are terrible.
But, I mean, I'm not gonna bother them for stupid little shit when there's, you know, major crap that could be fixed.
Yeah, we just had to replace our toilet seat because it broke. And they gave us, like, really shitty toilet seats, too. They're, like, the shitty plastic ones where, yeah, I know what you're laughing at. I'm gonna just keep going. They're, like, the ones where even if you're 50 pounds, you'll break the plastic seat. Like, they're terrible. So hubby's like, fuck this, I'm gonna go to Home Depot and get a good one. So we now have a very comfortable, cushiony toilet seat.
Yup.
So is there a game that you would actually like to play again as if it were the first time? This is one of my favorite questions.
Oh man, I just recently completed it too. Hellblade.
Oh my god. Kiki was Snapchatting about that earlier today. She's like, this game done fucked me up.
No, so I have mental issues. And I can see where this game, depending on what mental issues you have, will be difficult for you to play. I don't have those mental issues. I don't have psychosis. But it was, oh my god, it was so well done.
Yeah, it wasn't like she was saying, like, I can't, like, I'm freaked out. It was like a, man, this thing is good. This is intense, kind of.
Yeah.
That kind of reaction.
If you, so a couple of my viewers are actually, one of my viewers, Cowpeeler, one of my odds, while I was hitting the lore stones, would look it up and be like, yeah, no, that's pretty accurate, and post a link to the actual, like, Wikipedia article about, you know, that particular piece of mythology in Norse lore. I'm like, oh man, they paid some really good attention to detail in this game.
Oh, I love games and movies that actually do their research. And
well, that's one of the things too, is that they in the credits and even before the game starts, they mentioned the mental health team they had helping them make sure they did it right.
See, I know nothing about the game. I've seen people playing it and stuff. I didn't even realize it was a game that was coming out until it came out, and people were like, "Oh my god, this game!"
Yeah, it was a small studio, and I was super upset because it came out for PC and PS, and I was like, Xbox? And the original word was, no, it's never going to come out for Xbox. And then it finally came out for Xbox. I was like, thank God, because I can't play PC games.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to actually check this game out then, because the reactions that I'm getting from that game from everybody is just, and what's great is like nobody's talking about what it is and like how they don't like, so I have absolutely no idea what Hellblade is about, absolutely none.
It's good.
I'm just getting that reaction, like it's that's it.
I could tell you what it's about, but if you play it, you'll know what it's about.
Okay.
And it's you have to pay very close attention to the lore stones that you pick up. You have to pay close attention to even the voices that are talking to her throughout the game.
Okay.
And headsets best because the voices it's surround sound voices. They'll move around.
Nicely done.
And they're not all the same. If you watch the cutscenes and pay attention to what's going on, you get a really good feel for what Senua's life was before this journey.
Wow, okay, I'm gonna have to check this out now. I just, God, all these people talking about how good this dang game is. You're killing me. You're killing me. So we've already asked, what's the oldest game in your backlog that you haven't beaten from 2000.
Yep. It's almost 20 years old. It's gonna look like crap. It's gonna be all. It's gonna look like Minecraft, but you know, try to be top of the line.
Minecraft, but actually trying.
It was top of the line for the 2000s.
God, it's really weird to actually think 2000 was 18 years ago. That's just
right. Well, my game can now enlist in the military. Go get a job.
Yeah, my one of my friends that I've just kept in touch with, through Facebook. I mean, I don't really do much on Facebook anymore except use it to house photos. But she tagged me.
I don't even use it for that anymore.
She tagged me for this group, and she's like, "Alright, we never did our 10-year reunion. Let's do our 15, because we hit 15 years this year." And I went, click untag. And then I had like a slew of friend requests from names and faces I don't recognize. Like, I had a graduating class of 150 people. Over 50 people, I'm not gonna remember anyone. Like, I'm just, like, there is absolutely no way I met my entire class. So I can't even imagine having a class of over 400, right? Like, that blows my mind. And so I'm like, who the fuck is this person trying to befriend me? I don't know you. Just because we went and graduated from the same school doesn't mean I know you.
I don't even try to keep up with anybody I knew in high school because I went to 4 different high schools.
Wow. Each year, were you in a different high school?
Freshman year was one high school. Sophomore year, half of sophomore year was one. Half of sophomore and junior was one.
Wow.
Wait, freshman... Yeah, freshman was one, half of sophomore was one, the other half of sophomore and junior was one, and then the final one was my half of junior, my senior.
God, that had to have been hard. Because you couldn't even develop any kind of friendships at that point. Like, you're just going to class. That's it. God, that's... Jesus, that sucks. I mean, I'm not one of those people that I no way would go back to my high school. Absolutely no. I would not go back to my high school years. But I didn't hate my high school years. I wouldn't go back to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed it, but, it's like, high school is high school. Like, I'm good. I'm past that point in my life. Now, college. I do miss college. I had a better time in college.
I didn't do the normal college experience, so...
Well, I ended up taking, 8 years to graduate college. And my second time going back to college was the better time. But... it's neither here nor there. Now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty.
I didn't go back to school until I was 24, so...
Oh, yeah, see, I took a year and a half off and went back to school at 22 and finished up in 2011, so I was 25, almost 26. No, 26, almost 27. I don't remember how old I was in 2011.
I mean, I got my bachelor's degree when I was 20, or not my bachelor's, my associate's degree when I was 26, 27.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. Like, I hate the whole, you have to do college in 4 years. You have to get a bachelor's degree. Da da da. It's like, nah, bitch, my life just doesn't work in that. Like, it didn't work that way. Everybody has a different process. Like, there was this woman that I was in church with, and she's the same exact age as me. And when I was working on my bachelor's degree, going back to school the second time, she was working on her master's, right? Because about your mid-20s, you're working... if you do your bachelor's by the age of 21, you're working on your master's around 22, 23.
Yeah.
And she, like, college is hard, regardless of what level you're at. Like, just going to...
Yep.
Even if it's just a technical, like, certification.
It's harder the older you are when you go, because then you're, at that point, you have to be a contributing adult in society.
Right. Right. And just adding, like, anything for school on top of work and other basic whatever.
Yeah,
like
working full-time and then going to school full-time. It's just like, this is my life.
Right. And she would always compare her master's. She's like, well, it's just a bachelor's. It's just a bachelor's. And I'm like, really? I wanted to punch her in the face. Like, I couldn't stand her. And I was like, that's not cool. That's so not cool. I hate that behavior because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Going back to school and being in school as an adult, regardless of whether or not it's a certificate of 6 months, you're still studying your ass off. Like, my brother he's 26, he's in the Air Force, and, he's actually studying. He's taking, like, one class at a time.
So he's basically on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yep.
While trying to maintain a GPA.
While because you're in the military, like, there are certain standards that he has to hit. If he doesn't pass his tests, like, that, there's stress. He has a high stress job because he's got a very high security clearance in what he does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what he does. And he's got a 1-year-old kid. Like, it's one class, but damn.
Yeah.
So
that one class is enough to be like, maybe too much.
Yeah, and he's actually said that he's doing better now than he was when he was going to school full time, because he said he can handle the one class at a time better than trying to do a whole bunch at a time. Because I'm sorry, go ahead.
When I was working on my bachelor's degree, doing it online, a lot of people in my classes were deployed soldiers.
Wow.
They were in Afghanistan and Iraq, and they're in a militarized combat zone doing classes.
Yeah, he's doing the online class thing as well. Now, did you go into the military, into service right after school, right after you graduated high school?
Yeah, I actually signed on the dotted line the second I turned 18, which I was still in school. Oh,
wow. I didn't realize that. I remember discussing that when we went to breakfast that one time.
I turned 18 in December of my last year in high school, so I graduated 99, early 99, and as soon as I turned 18, went to my recruiter and signed, because I would have signed sooner, except for if you're under 18, you have to have a parent's permission, and I didn't have parental permission.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. And you were in for what, 2 years? No, that's right.
No.
You were unable, that's right.
June 99 to October 99.
Yeah, okay. For some reason I was thinking you were able to make it through 2 years. But I remember now.
I made it through basic training, and then during my tech training, I was given an entry-level discharge.
Gotcha. So what? I'm gonna switch gears a little bit.
Sure.
What do you like about being a part of Girlstreamers? I didn't have a good segue there, so I was like, let me just be awkward.
That's fine. I like the fact that despite the fact that it's all women, it's not a catty group. It's a very supportive group, which and I hate to use the word safe space.
Yeah.
Because then it just makes it sound like a bunch of goddamn snowflakes. But I like it because it gives me a place in the streaming community where I don't feel like somebody's going to be a total douche nozzle to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a great way to put it. That's what drew me to it. What keeps you so passionate about gaming and like just the community as a whole? Because yeah, we have girl streamers, but the industry as a whole can be a little toxic sometimes. So what keeps you so passionate about it?
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm passionate about the gaming scene and community. I mean, I enjoy gaming. And for me, it is a good outlet for having social interaction with my chat. Because again, I don't like leaving my apartment. If I could be a remote worker, I totally would. So I basically leave my apartment to go to work, do my food shopping, because getting it delivered is just too damn expensive.
Yeah.
And I guess if a fire happened, I might have to leave.
Have you tried the click it thing, or what does Kroger call it now? Click list. Have you tried the click list thing where you are like, hey, this is what I want?
I haven't, but I suspect there's a fee to that.
Oh, I'm sure. We haven't looked at it, but we get coupons all the time to try it out. Yeah. And I'm tempted to try it out because sometimes I just don't want to go to the freaking grocery store. But yeah. I'll go in my car and let them bring the shit to me. You know, I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, I didn't think about having them just bring it out to my car.
Because I feel like, yeah, there would be a fee, but it's not going to be as expensive as, say, having Amazon deliver it to you. Which is going to be, which is really expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine.
Pascal says it's $5. That's not bad at all. $5 is not
$5 a trip or $5
I know, I'm gonna have for like $5 a month. Like, I'm gonna have to look at that. If it's like $5 a trip, I actually don't mind doing that because for the days that I don't want to go into the store, I'll pay $5 extra for you to bring it to me. But I'm not gonna pay $5 every week. Unless it's like $5 a month, and then that would be worth it. To be like, all right, fine, I'll never go.
Then you have to go like, oh, somebody else is gonna pick out my produce.
Well, see, I go to Sprouts for produce.
Oh, I can't afford Sprouts.
Well, see, they actually. No, girl, you'd be surprised. They actually have a lot of sales at Sprouts, and like their avocados are usually around 77 cents versus like 99 cents at Kroger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a lot of really good sales at Sprouts on a regular basis.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah. Everything else, you know, it's a hit or miss as far as the cost, but the produce, it's very reasonably priced. And even if it's not on sale, it's comparable to Kroger. Hello, Kitty. I see Kitty. Hello, Kitty.
Yeah, there's a kitty.
So...
Sorry.
It's okay. We like animals here. So what is your greatest challenge or obstacle that you have had to overcome in your life?
Wow.
That cat. Oh my god. The cat was just, that tail just like whipped you in the face right there.
I whip my tail back and forth. I can't hear over me. Oh man. So there's a few actually.
Go for it.
First off, my family, who hasn't been not the most supportive family ever. I have anxiety, which has cost me a lot of money over the years. Like, I had paid to go to MomoCon last year, and then couldn't leave my apartment.
No.
Like, I paced back and forth. Like, I'm like, I paid for it, I should go, but I can't.
Oh, no.
And then, other mental health issues that
Sucks.
yeah.
I've totally had those situations before where I've paid for something and been unable to go. Not
Yeah.
for anxiety reasons, but for other like health reasons or whatever. And it's like I hate spending that money and not being able to go. Like just that feeling, and then to add like the anxiety on top of that just makes it worse.
Yeah.
That sucks. Are you gonna try
Yeah.
and go this year?
No. I looked at the guest list this year. I'm like,
Yeah.
eh.
I would recommend not going to DragonCon then, ever.
I went to Dragon Con in 15.
Okay, so you did attempt it.
No, I actually went, and I spent the entire day in the Walk of Fame.
I mean, DragonCon's huge. It's real easy to get stuck in one particular area.
No, I couldn't leave there. I physically, I couldn't. I mean, the wall of bodies trying to get out was just not happening.
Oh, Jesus, that sucks.
Yeah. I got there because Felicia Day was here, and I had just finished reading her book.
Yeah, I actually got to see one of her panels that year. I remember that.
Yep, I went and got the book signed, and I just kind of made my way around the Walk of Fame and waited for people to come and go, like the celebrities, and got a lot of pictures and signatures. And I'm a little upset that I missed out on Uhura from Star Trek. The line was just too damn long.
I happened to be standing at the right place at the right time because she was over there with Peter Mayhew. And
yeah.
because I know people who work the thing, and I was like standing there talking to somebody. And so I happened to be in the right place at the right time when she came through the door to go sit down at her table. And I was like, oh, hi, I'm a fan. She's like, hey, how you doing, honey? That's it. That's the interaction I got. Oh my God, she's so freaking adorable. She's so freaking adorable.
I had a long conversation with Courtney Taylor though, because I don't know, nobody was going to her table for some odd reason.
Some people they just don't. We've done that with various people. Sometimes those are the best when nobody goes.
Yeah.
Malcolm McDowell was here one year. Nobody was at his freaking table.
What?
I know! I was like, why? So we stood there and talked to him for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and when somebody else would step up, I'd step aside. When they left, I'd go back to this conversation I was having with her.
Same. It's so weird. I don't know. Sometimes it's just, it depends on what time of the day in the pocket you get in there.
Yeah.
Like because we happened to get in because husband, he has bad knees and has bad circulation. So he has a handicap sticker. Well, they hadn't opened the Walk of Fame yet, and we were just all we were doing was looking for the handicap area so he could sit down and wait for them to open up. And they're like, "Oh, go on in," because it was literally like 3 minutes before they were about to open it. So we're like, okay. We walked in, went around the corner, and there's Christian Narn Hodor standing right there, at his table.
Damn.
We got to talk to that motherfucker about World of Warcraft for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. We all geeked out about our love for Sylvanas and the Horde, and he showed us his Sylvanas tattoo, and then we told him about how we met, and he's like, "Oh my God, that's so awesome! Let's get a picture." So we ended up getting that dude is the coolest dude ever, by the way, coolest dude ever. So yeah. That was probably my highlight of DragonCon ever. Best highlight, aside from meeting Tonks. So if you could give your past self 1 to 2 words of advice from the wisdom and experience you have gained up until now, what would they be?
Can it be more than 1 to 2 words?
Sure.
Don't marry the jackass. Listen to his mother. Wow. When when their mother says you can do better, you should probably take that advice.
So, when were you married?
I got married Friday, August 13th, 1999, the day I graduated basic training.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea. Wow. Well, I won't pry too much more into that, because that sounds like that was one of those should have never happened things.
That really should have never happened. I would probably still be in the military. I'd be on my 20-year mark.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. That sucks. That sucks.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. I don't even know how to go from there.
But then I wouldn't be who I am right now, so...
That's true. That is true. I mean, as I like to say, no regrets, because, you know, if you didn't make choices that you made back in the day, you wouldn't be who you are now.
Maybe convince somebody to invest in Microsoft for you?
Maybe, right? Yeah.
Throw some money at Amazon when it comes out, you know.
Yeah, husband's kicking himself for not investing in Bitcoin back when he heard about it the first time, and then selling when it got massive.
No, see, don't kick yourself for that, because there is the file that comes with the Bitcoin that tells you how much you have, whatnot.
Yeah.
There's child pornography embedded in those, because that's usually what Bitcoin is used for.
That's so effed up. Ew, gross. Ugh.
So the Bitcoin that you purchase and gets traded back and forth, it shows everywhere it went, and there's a lot of child pornography in that, yeah.
That's gross. I never heard that.
Yeah.
See, he chose not to, because he's like, it's just so, because he's a math person, like, he loves numbers, and he's like, I mean, at least $1 used to have something behind it, you know what I mean? Like, it's a physical thing, whereas it's literally digital. You have nothing to see with Bitcoin, and that's what turned him off, which is what makes it such a volatile market.
Yeah.
So what trait of yours are you most proud of?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly...
This one always trips everybody up.
Because... yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean...
You're a very helpful person, whether or not you realize it. And I know that you have, you, like most of us, struggle with mental stuff, but you're actually a very helpful person, and you want to help people when you're able to. Like, you didn't have to offer up your services to come help my husband learn a simple software, but you wanted to. I'd say that's
sure, we'll go with that.
That's a pretty good trait to be proud of.
We'll go with that.
See, Miss Adventure says that you are extremely quick thinking on your feet, and it's amazing what you do with that. I'll agree with that too, because I think that's one of the things that makes you a really good DM, because you're able to think of something on the fly if somebody does something that...
I would go with that more of, I really enjoy fucking with people.
But you still have to think of it. I think Miss Adventure has I've got this stupid fly that will not leave me alone, and it's driving me nuts.
I'm wondering, like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm sorry. I'm not swatting at you. I'm trying to get this
It's a gnat, yeah?
It is. It's a stupid gnat, and I can't get rid of it. So then what is your greatest insecurity?
My dental issues. it's not easy to see it on screen sometimes, and I've worked a lot at hiding it. But it's yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I get asked random questions like whether I was a drug addict or.
That's kind of rude. Holy shit! That's
well,
like you're nobody's business.
Well, I mean, but if it's like a coworker, like, what happened to your teeth? Did you like smoke a little crack in the past? And like, no.
Wow.
I'm like, no, it's just bad genetics.
See, my parents both have gingivitis, and I'm terrified that when I get older.
Well, there's the funny thing is nobody else in my family has dental issues.
Really?
They all wear glasses though.
And you don't wear glasses.
I don't wear glasses. My vision has degraded to 20/20.
Wow, you lucky bitch. I can't wear contacts because my eyes are so dry. Like it just.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I have vision issues because I could never wear contacts. I can't even like frickin'. No.
If I wish I could. I really do wish that I could wear contacts because they're like when I do the special makeup, I'd like to not hide it.
Yeah, I about like punched the woman doing my eye exam last year to have my pupils dilated.
Oh God! Ooh.
It was my first time having that done after being diagnosed with diabetes, and this thing just keeps coming closer and closer to your eye until it's nearly touching it, and I wanted to draw back, and I just wanted to haul off and punch this lady because she was gonna damage my fucking eye with this device.
Yeah. The husband does not. They make him do that one as well. And he does. See, I did the drops. He doesn't like. It's that weird puff of air crap. Yeah.
No, it is the drops. But then this thing, the thing that they look through gets so freaking close to your eye.
Oh, that thing. Oh, yeah. See, I didn't have to deal with the really, really close one. He just did the whole light system and used a magnifying glass for me.
Nope.
Yeah. So.
This is why I haven't been back.
Have you
My
ever been
like,
trolled? I mean, at least I will say, at least you don't have any vision issues, and that's good with the diabetes and stuff because it can seriously.
Yeah, the nerves can. Yeah. I have not been trolled yet.
That's good.
Knock on wood.
Lucky bitch. Fine, I'm gonna start coming and trolling.
Of course, I mean, like, truly trolled? No. My mods? Yes.
I mean, so there's a difference in trolling and jesting and, like, being silly and, like, just being a douchebag. I'm specifically talking about the douchebaggery thing.
No, I have not truly been trolled yet.
See, I like this question because, I mean, there are a few people who've just gotten lucky and haven't been trolled. But I like to know how people reacted to it because usually people will have, like, a good troll story. But you're boring, so we'll move on to the next one.
No, wait. Hold on. I did. My memory is shit. I know I had to ban somebody at some point. But no, that was Misadventure Stream. That was Misadventure Stream. When the first thing out of your mouth is whether you like D or V.
Yeah, that's yep. Yeah.
No, I don't have anybody banned from my stream except for the bots.
Yeah. God, and there's always a new lurker bot popping up like once a month. It's so weird. I don't understand what they're for. People say they're for statistics, but I don't think so. I don't know what it is, but it's annoying.
Well, and then with the recent update that Twitch has done, they don't add viewers to your account because you have to be actively on. You have to now be actively on the tab that you're viewing, and not mute it.
Oh, that's such bullshit. That's such bullshit. Cause see, I mute the tab, but I'll have like other tabs open, so I actually have to have. Wow, that is. Oh, that's not cool.
So if I'm watching somebody at work, and I have to tab out to actually do work, that means that my number for their viewership drops down and comes back up when I return.
So I don't like that. Like that just does away with the lurkers. Like
yeah, I think that's the whole point of it.
But that helps with viewers. I guess I mean, I guess on Twitch's end they want a more concrete stats, I guess, because if they're not lurking, they're not spending money. You know what I mean? But
you mean if they are lurking, they're not spending money?
Right, if they are lurking, they're not potentially spending money. So I guess I get it. I guess from a business standpoint, I get it. But I don't know. Now I'm conflicted. Now that I'm like, okay, all right. Cause see, when it comes to business decisions, I understand certain decisions that are made, even if I don't like them. That's frustrating. Your cat is loud, by the way. I hear it. Meow, meow.
She's not that loud.
Oh, really?
The microphone just picks it up really well.
This is the new microphone, right?
Yeah, this is the Snowball.
Yeah, it's very nice, by the way. It sounds really good.
It was worth it.
A good mic is always worth it. So
yes.
What advice do you have for new people getting into streaming?
Don't pay attention to numbers and just enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, at this point, don't pay attention to numbers, especially because lurkers don't count no more.
Because, well, I mean, even follower numbers don't really matter. Because you could have 600 followers, but you're only pulling in 3 or 4 viewers at any given stream. Just enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the games you're playing, and interact with your chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's great advice. Oh man, I almost had him that time.
It's a gnat! How hard is it to catch?
It's flying around, and I have a lot of things in me because I can't go like this when I can't, like, there's things in my way that I can't do that with. And I'm trying not to...
Just grab it!
I did one, and then, like, another one popped up. I actually killed one, and then another one appeared out of nowhere.
It was apparently their sibling now trying to avenge that death.
Obviously. Do you have any cool tattoos, scars, or piercings?
The word cool in this is very subjective. They're not cool. I have them. They're not cool. I have a tattoo that is also a scar. My ex decided that they wanted to be a tattoo artist.
Oh.
So started an apprenticeship with one of his buddies that was a tattoo artist. I use the term loosely. And I have a tribal wolf head on my left shoulder that is so scarred that if I had it removed, you would still know it was there because there'd still be that scar tissue. If I have it covered up, you can still see the scar tissue.
Ah, that sucks. So even trying to do a cover-up job's not gonna...
Like, I can feel it through my shirt. I can feel a scar tissue, the bump through my shirt.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. And then after that one was done, I decided I want another tattoo, so I took the gun and on my leg.
So
which
you made...
turned out halfway decent.
That's actually... They're at least cool stories.
As scarring, yeah, I got plenty of scars that, when I was younger, the first half of my sophomore year in high school was not a good year, and cutting became a thing.
Yeah, that's... Man, that's rough. High school is such a volatile year.
It had nothing to do with school. I actually enjoyed going to school because it got me out of my home.
Oh, That's rough. Ugh, that's rough.
I enjoyed, I wouldn't go back,
Right.
but I enjoyed physically the act of going to school.
Yeah. Wow. Man, you've had a very interesting life. You're doing very well for a rough start.
I'm just faking it real well.
I mean, aren't we all just kind of faking it, to be honest?
Yeah.
I think we are. So, if there was one person, past or present, that you could have dinner with tonight, who would it be and why?
I don't know. I thought about that. I looked at that question and thought about it for an entire week.
Now,
And...
it can be... it can be live, dead, fiction, nonfiction.
So that's the question. Is okay, great. It can be anybody. Well, do I want to be the person that wants to show that I have an intellectual side? Do I want to show I have a comedic side? Because who you pick ultimately shows people. Like, if I picked Madame Curie,
she'd be a good one.
As an individual, like, what does that say about me?
It says you like to think, I'd say.
But then I overthought it.
Science!
And couldn't really come up with anything. I mean, I would have to say it had to be somebody who was a strong representation of a female role model.
I like that.
And
answer.
I would just roll a dice for it. Just roll a die.
For whoever, just a strong, powerful woman. I like it. I like it. I dig it. I totally dig it. So I've got 3 more questions, and then we will open up for Q&A for you guys. For those of you that are in the live chat, don't forget to click that Google form for our Q&A. So what is an ideal weekend for you?
One that's longer than 48 hours. Ideally, like, didn't have to clean my apartment and could just game all weekend. D&D all weekend, video game, I don't care. Or just binge whatever. Lay on the couch, do whatever, don't even get dressed. And just lay there watching whatever, playing video games, or, you know.
That sounds like an ideal weekend to me as well. So what are you most thankful for?
That is a tough one as well. So, actually, it's not as tough as I thought. I would say I'm, as bad as this sounds, because I just badmouthed the guy, I am most thankful for actually meeting my ex-husband.
It made you stronger. I mean, that...
No, not because of that. Because the last year and a half of high school, his parents took me in.
Oh, wow.
So if it wasn't for the fact that I had met this complete and utter douche nozzle, I would have probably been living on the streets.
See, that's something I can understand being most thankful for. I honestly I get that. I totally get that. I mean, no, he wasn't the greatest, but it sounds like his parents were actually pretty decent.
Yeah, I don't understand how they produced him.
You know what? There are times
there was a clear family resemblance, but how are their morals here and his morals are like off the fucking camera?
Yeah, there are sometimes you just, no matter how much you parent, it doesn't do anything. There are just those cases sometimes that even if the parent is probably one of the greatest parents in the world, their kid is still a garbage human being, and you can't do anything about that. And as I'm not a parent, I am an aunt, but I can imagine that feeling of, I did not raise you that way. Like, I want you to be a better person. What did I do wrong?
maybe their parenting really sucked. I don't know. I was already an adult by then.
True. That's true. Oh man, I totally understand that. I respect that. I totally respect that. So, outside of streaming, what is your strongest passion?
Um, there's a few. Equal rights advocacy.
Yep.
Um, a lot of things that have to do with civil liberties. And I do run my D&D games for charity, so I like to help out when I can. I can't financially afford to donate hundreds of dollars to charities, but if I can get hundreds of dollars to charities through running games on Twitch, then fuck yeah.
See, I love that. I love that you do that with your D&D campaigns. I totally dig that. That's so awesome. That is such a cool way to just help the planet out a little bit, because not only you're entertaining and you're somewhat helping get funding to charities that are important to you. I think that's so great. That is such a great way to do that. So we actually have a few questions. You ready?
Ooh, yeah.
We got some questions. Oh snap. So Pascal asked, what is the best way you have killed off an annoying player? I like this question.
I haven't done that.
Oh, what?
I have never intentionally killed off an annoying player.
What?
I've had quite a few, and I've been super tempted, but it's a game, and it's,
Yeah.
I mean, if the player didn't mesh with the group, I would expect the group to maybe take them aside first, be like, hey, buddy, this is how we want to play, yada, 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 or talk to me if they had a problem.
Right.
And I did have a couple folks in one of my games tell me that they didn't appreciate the way one of the players was interacting with them, and I told the player, and the player ended up leaving the game.
That's how she kills off annoying players. She respectfully
I
asks them to leave.
I didn't ask him to leave.
Oh.
I just told them, hey, I've had a few complaints about how you're interacting with people.
Oh.
Could you knock it off and just remember, it's a game. You're all here to have fun. There's no reason to become uber douche about, whether or not you're getting flanking or yada yada yada.
She respectfully says, hey, knock it off, and then they either knock it off or leave on their own. That's how she deals with an annoying character.
I will say that I had the day he left, I had a TPK planned. I was gonna kill the entire group and just start from scratch.
That's funny. That is funny. I remember you telling me about that, actually.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
And I got the message right before the game. He's not gonna come. He's leaving.
Oh, don't.
Well, all right. We're just gonna get rid of that monster and and those 6 monsters.
So Pascal again asked, what is the best edition of D&D?
It depends on who you talk to, and on what given day it is. Personally, I started on 3.5, so, it'll always have a little near and dear to my heart thing for me. I think 5th edition, though, is the easiest for new DMs, the easiest for new players. It's rules light, so it gives you more options about actually interacting with the setting your DM is setting up. Whereas 3.5 was very rules heavy, and you had like 30 freaking skills, and you had like 3 different armor classes that you had to memorize, and what does this and what does that. It's 5th edition is I think probably the better edition that they've come up with as far as ease of introduction.
actually will agree with you on that. I played. Husband's played all of them because he's old. But he's even said 5e is it's a good combination of what they were trying to do with 4th edition, and what they did with Pathfinder to kind of alleviate some of the rules that 3.5 and Pathfinder had. But it wasn't so spammy. It's not as spammy as 4th edition.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think it's a good update for today's tabletop gamer.
Yeah.
But like we played. My first one was actually 4th edition, and then I went back to Pathfinder, and I prefer Pathfinder over 4th edition. But getting really into 5th edition, I'm really really liking that system a lot.
Honestly, I think I've only played like 3 or 4 sessions of 4th edition, and I was like, nope. Thank God I didn't buy the books, and somebody just gave me a PDF.
Yeah, it was fun. 4th edition was fun because the DM we had was very good with the roleplay stuff, and it was.
Can I turn my camera around real quick?
Sure.
You want to talk about freaking spending money on books?
All the D&D
Wait for it.
books.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
It just keeps going. It
just keeps going.
Nice.
They're not all D&D. There is like 3 different systems in there, but like that's only 3 of the books.
That's awesome. So Pascal also asked, how large is your dice bag?
Not as big as you would think. I think I have maybe 15 full sets.
Just 15 full sets. Wow.
Well, I mean, I don't have like a Laura Bailey addiction to dice. And since a lot of my games are digital now, then, I mean, there's really no reason to have the dice. I just keep them around because I paid a lot of money for them.
I love dice, and I miss rolling dice. Because I love buying dice at the Chessex counter at D&D, because they're just so pretty.
Yeah.
I just think
that's a lot of the reason why I bought a lot of the dice I have. Like, I've got, oh my god, I spent way too much money on frickin' dice. I have 2 sets of artisan dice.
Man, those are some expensive dice. But they're so pretty.
Except for Artisan is like the worst company ever.
I don't have any experience with them, so I don't know.
Their website says 6 weeks. 9 months later, I was about to send an email to request a refund and tell them to kiss my pasty white ass. And as I'm typing this email up, I get an email that says, we're about to ship your dice.
Wow. So after they had a baby, they finally shipped your dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
They must have had to birth the dice or something. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, apparently they had to, like, I don't know, cure the wood or some shit. I don't know.
Alright, so Pascal again. Good lord, Pascal. Jesus, I love it. What is your favorite race and class to play? These are good questions.
Ooh. Depends on the situation. The last character I played, because I usually DM, so I play the Gambit as a DM. The last character I actually played, half-elf fighter.
Oh, okay. Now, do you prefer to DM over playing?
Yes and no.
Okay.
If I can find a DM that I enjoy playing with, I would prefer to play. But yeah, it's hard to get a DM and then a group you enjoy playing with.
Yeah, that is the biggest thing, is having a group that you mesh well together and that can all get their timeline together.
Yep.
Herding cats.
Yep.
All right, Pascal has one more question. And then it's the last person is Misadventure. Did you play any of the Gold Engine D&D PC games by TSR? My husband's over here going yes. I have no idea what those games are.
I have not. Wait, what are they? What are they?
What are they, babe?
Curse of the Azure Bonds?
Curse of the Azure Bonds?
That was one of them.
Nope.
They were done by SSI for TSR.
SSI. They were done by SSI but for TSR.
I have not. I started playing Baldur's Gate on PC way back when. Planescape I've played a little bit of. I did some of the Neverwinter Nights Online. I have Neverwinter Nights 2. It's one of my PC games that's in my list of I need a better PC that actually has Windows 7 on it to play it. Otherwise, no, I haven't really played any D&D PC games.
Oh, wow. It's very interesting. Well, that's actually my final question, because Miss Adventure's question is one that we actually addressed. She asked it before we ended up addressing the question. But
what was it?
Thank you for your service in the military, and how long were you in, and can you tell us a little about your time, how your time in the Army impacted you? Which you kind of addressed that.
Air Force, but sure.
Yeah, you were Air Force, but you kind of addressed that a little bit. If you wanted to go into a little bit more detail, you're totally welcome to.
I want to say it probably gave me, like, a sense of just adhering to rigorousness. Like, I still fold my shirts and shit.
Really? Do you do it the same way you did it in basic?
No, I do it the way they do it now in basic. Because when I was in basic, roll it. When I was in basic, it was 6-inch squares.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, my brother learned how to roll it.
Fold. Like, and then we had to fold our bras. I'm like, do you know how hard it is to fucking fold a bra?
Yeah. What? Yeah. That shit's hard.
Or fold your underwear in 6-inch squares? It's not easy. But it kind of it gave me a sense of just I'm very structured in my daily life. Like, I get up at the same time, I eat lunch at the same time every day, I eat dinner at the same time every day. At this point in time now, I work out at the same time every day. I like that structure in my life because I didn't have it as an adolescent and a child. So it gave me something to make sense of all the fucked upness going on.
That actually makes complete sense. Because and I obviously know a little bit more about your past than others, and that totally makes sense to me. Because see, I was too structured growing up, so I went the opposite way as an adult. And so I'm now having to relearn that structure, and I have to write out my schedule every week so that I will, and I still don't adhere to it. I am so bad about that. So bad about it. But I do at least I do hit the important things. Just like the cleaning stuff tends to be the ones I ignore a little bit. Like, I'll get to it later. Right? But no, I totally understand that. I hate doing dishes. I make Ron do them, and Ron hates doing them. So sometimes they just don't get done, and I yell at him. It's like, "You're supposed to be the dishes." You know, I become that wife.
Yep.
Oh man, so I guess that's it. That's all the questions we've got, though. Those are some great questions. Thank you, guys.
Miss Adventure did have a question that was in the.
Oh, in chat. Where and when did you get your cats?
You know, my cats have their own story at this point in their life. My cats are 11 years old.
Wow, really? I didn't
Yep,
realize they're
they
that
will
old.
be. They're either 11 this year in October or 12 this year in October. I don't remember exactly their age, but they're 11. So when I was in Mississippi, I was living in a place that didn't allow pets.
Oh.
And I was working full time at a pizza place while I was going to school. And one of my coworkers said that her cat had kittens, and she was showing pictures of them. I'm like, oh my god, I want these kittens, because she gave away all but two, which is the two fuckers I have. And I really, really wanted them, but I couldn't take them because I was living in a place that didn't allow pets. Well, lo and behold, 2 months later, the family member I was staying with kicked me out. So I found a place and was just renting a room, and my roommate had cats. So it was fine. I had, her cats apparently liked me more than they liked her. They slept with me every night, not her. So that's all I'm saying. Well, I come to find out that one of the guys that was a manager at the pizza place, we still kept in touch because he wanted me to come and be a manager for when he opened his own pizza place. And the girl, the coworker, worked with them as well as a maid type service for their house, and they ended up with the cats. The person who had adopted them decided that she couldn't take care of them, and rather than surrender them in a good way, like, here, can you take my cats? She left them in a box outside of a local restaurant.
No, that's awful.
The gentleman who I worked with, who was my manager at this previous pizza place, his partner was the district manager of that restaurant. So she left them outside the restaurant knowing that this guy who's a district manager loves cats. And at that point had like 20 cats.
Whoa.
So the girl that I worked with and who had originally, her cat had birthed them, was like, you guys need to get rid of some cats, because I'm not cleaning your litter boxes any damn more. And the two cats you just got, Tanya wanted them to begin with, and she can have pets now. So maybe give her those two, so you're down to 20 again.
Wow. So wow,
Yeah.
That's so crazy how they just kind of circled back around to you. So see, it was meant for them to be your cat. It was just meant for them to be yours. Aw,
Yep.
That's awesome.
And it's they have been because I've mentioned I have mental issues. They have been also one of the things I'm most thankful for, because there's been a lot of times that it gets real dark for me.
Mm-hmm.
And suicidal thoughts are very prominent in my thinking during those times. And I think I had sent you the link about how I feel about suicide being an act of bravery. I think if it wasn't for the fact that I am so afraid of what will happen to them, I might have followed through on some of those thoughts.
Wow. Aw. Those are good kitties then. Those are the best kitties.
They're assholes. All cats are assholes.
But they're your assholes.
They are.
All right, so
I see you there.
We need to wrap this up because we are getting towards the end of our podcast. Where and when can we find you streaming?
I stream 5 days a week. I take Wednesdays and Thursdays off because I need to decompress.
Right.
And I play a D&D game that's not streamed on Thursdays. But you can find me in the evenings on my channel playing some random game Mondays and Tuesdays. Friday nights and Sundays, you can find me doing some D&D, and then Saturdays, it's either going to be the random game or some board games with some folk on the website I told you about.
Nice. Very nice. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I know that you were very hesitant for a while there, but I'm glad that you joined me. It has been a lovely conversation. I always enjoy chatting with you and hanging out with you anyway. So thank you for joining me on the podcast. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for the awesome questions. You guys are great. This has been a Girl Streamer podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Girl Streamers is partnered with Loot Crate, Fresh Designs, Punk's Paracord, Simple Jerky, UN Racing Chairs, Glom Tom, and Sennheiser. Links to all these amazing partners are down below, so please feel free to click. Thank you guys for all your support, and please follow us at Girlstreamers on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram, and player.me. If you have any questions or would like more information, you can visit our website at girlstreamers.com and contact us through there. You can also subscribe to us on Twitch or GameWisp, and don't forget, you can get access to our Discord fan channel when you subscribe to us at the $4.99 tier, and you can also buy some super cool gear, including our hashtag free kinky shirts on our online shop at designbyhumans.com/shop/girlstreamers. You can find Tfredrickson on Twitter at Tfredrickson80. That's TFREDRICKSON80, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/Tfredrickson80, spelled TFREDRICKSON80. Our next podcast will be May 20th with iPixelDot. Right here, same time. This podcast is a part of the Two Lazy Dogs Media Group and the Girl Streamers community. Encourage, support, grow.